Hey guys, it's Kay here. Welcome to my channel. So today we are building something a little different than I normally do, and you might see some of the struggles that I had come through in this video, but I did edit out quite a bit because it was getting a little long, and I had done a poll on my Instagram story a few days ago just asking like the length of speed builds that people enjoy watching the most, and the range that was the most popular was 10 to 20 minutes. So I did less than 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, or more than 30 minutes. And yeah, 10 to 20 was the most common answer. So I try to keep my speed builds below 20 minutes as it is, because I personally also enjoy watching speed builds or videos that are less than 20 minutes, just because, people get busy and there's a lot of other YouTubers making videos and streaming on Twitch or whatnot. So, I want everybody to have their fair share of viewing time. So I try to keep my videos short and sweet. But anyway, today we are building this industrial loft here in Brindleton Bay. And it's definitely a different style than I usually do, like I mentioned, but I had a lot of fun building this despite the challenges. But right now we're just working on the exterior. It came together pretty easily, and I really like what I did with the roof. I thought it was pretty cool. And other than that, the building is basically just kind of square, which, industrial like factory buildings usually are. And that's kind of what I imagined this building to be, was an old factory building that had been converted into like a loft studio. And then I just wanted to add some color. So I added a little bit of like foliage here. It kind of looks like it's floating a little bit, but I think I made it work pretty well. And then just adding these like little platforms that I thought could be used as garden beds, and then putting a little bit of greenery here on these just to add a little bit of style to the build, some more color. Like I had mentioned, it's just, brick, gray brick, red brick. So I wanted to add some green to make it pop a little bit. And yeah, that's basically going to be the same style of landscaping throughout. And then I added a little bit more flair with this foliage from the debug menu for Discover University, which I don't usually get to use because it's like a very specific shape, and it has to go on either like a flat wall or a perfect corner. And then even with this one here, it's like sticking through the roof a little bit. I don't know if you can see it in the video because it's really small on my screen right now, but I just covered up with these little I don't know what these are called. We're going to call them roof decorations because I cannot think of the name right now, which happens in a lot of my videos. If you've seen a couple of my videos so far, there is always something that I am forgetting the name of or just have completely inaccurate information on. So I apologize. These voiceovers are definitely like the most challenging part of a speed build for me. I absolutely love building, and I actually really enjoy the editing portion of speed builds. I really enjoy making movies. I used to do like music videos with The Sims 2. And I actually have like a couple of short cinematics on my YouTube channel as well, if you do want to check those out. They're nothing special. I made them when my husband's laptop was getting repaired and I couldn't do speed builds because I use Final Cut Pro and my husband has a MacBook, so I use his laptop for speed builds. Which Final Cut Pro is an Apple product, so I cannot use it on my PC, unfortunately. But yeah, so I just did a couple of cinematics in the meantime, and I will link those in the end card here if you are interested in watching them. They're very short, so it won't take too much time, but we're finally working on the layout here, and it did not come together very easily. Let me tell you, those stairs especially were giving me so much trouble, and I cut out like a million, because that's a realistic number. I cut out like maybe a good 10 minutes of me struggling with the stairs, and I'm totally kicking myself because those stairs turned out to be non-functional anyway. Like, I don't know what it was, if something was blocking them or if it's just that really frustrating glitch that happened with, I think with the update that came with platforms, maybe. I'm not too sure, but at some point the stairs in The Sims totally glitched, and you can't really have like open lofted second floors anymore, as far as I know. I don't know if there's a fix for it, but yeah, these stairs just were not working when I play tested this build. So I did end up replacing it with a ladder, and that worked out really well. But yeah, that will definitely be different if you do want to download this build. It is available on the on the gallery. My gallery ID is kaysbuilds, and this information will also be down below in the description box. But other than those stairs, the build was functional. Everything except for the closet. If you saw me place that, I did use the closet, one of the closets that came with Get Together, just to fill up a really random square space towards the sliding door. That closet isn't functional because there were some routing issues with the table, which I don't do much gameplay, so I don't know if that bothers people, but my sim was walking like all the way around the table just to get to the kitchen. You'll see it in a second what I'm talking about, but I didn't like it, so I moved the table closer to the wall, which also, as a result, blocked that closet. So it isn't functional, but I mean, you can always just click on your sim to change their outfit, but I do also put the clothing rack that came with the Mosquito stuff pack, I believe, upstairs in the bedroom area. So you can change your sim's clothes that way. You just won't be able to use that closet. But anyway, we're just working on the kitchen right now, cluttering it up a lot because... So I imagined that the sim who lives here is a sim who wants to be like a rock star. He's really into music and writing his own songs, but he's kind of lazy and he's not super ambitious with it. So what I imagine is that his girlfriend recently broke up with him, and he was just so torn up about it that he decided to move out of the city, away from the hustle and bustle of musician life, and he came here to the quiet Brindleton Bay in this loft that was recently vacated. And so his side hobby is actually cooking. He's a foodie. He really loves learning new recipes, and so that's why I wanted to give him a pretty fancy kitchen with lots of clutter, lots of cooking items, cookbooks, things like that. And I imagine that he's actually going to completely change his career path and try to become a chef and basically prove his girlfriend wrong. Like, hey, I am ambitious. Like, maybe music just wasn't my thing. He still likes doing that as a hobby, but he's really motivated with this cooking thing. And so, yeah, he's just trying to prove her wrong, hoping that she'll come back to him or whatever. I don't know. You guys can play out that story if you like. I thought it was kind of cool. But now I have totally talked through the dining room. I don't know if you noticed, but I placed black furniture, and you might see that change to white. I cut that out of the video, but I was being super indecisive with the dining room, really with this whole interior in general, because like I said, it's not a style that I usually do. So here I am changing the walls because I wanted it to be more of like an industrial look, changing the fireplace because it was just looking too modern. At least in my opinion, it looked a lot more modern than industrial. So I switched it up, added this fireplace that came with Snowy Escape, and then I will be changing that painting because I felt like it did not fit with the aesthetic that I was going for. So I do like how this came out. I think it looks a lot better. It's a lot more rustic, I guess you could say, and definitely just more of the industrial vibe that at least I think it's kind of industrial, or what I picture to be industrial in my mind. But yeah, I was just being really decisive with like color swatches and furniture and everything. So I just put these pictures up here. I thought maybe one of them was like an article of one time that he had this like really amazing gig and he was featured in an article. And so he likes to show that off. But yeah, now we're just placing some couches. I use these couches from Snowy Escape. And I do not keep the white. I think I switch it up to black or maybe dark brown. I'm not sure what I land on. Okay, so dark brown with the black cushion. So I was kind of right. I ended up using both colors, and then, yeah, just filling up some more of the space here. The living room, once I figured out the fireplace area, it came together pretty easily, and I really like how there's actually no TV. So there are a lot of activities for your Sims to do if you decide to download this build. There is a computer, there is some gardening, there is a guitar upstairs because like I said, I did imagine him to be a musician at one point. And then here I am just switching this sort of garden bed out for a cool debug one that is from the Cats and Dogs debug menu, just to give it a bit more variety out front so it wasn't all the same platform. And I thought it looked really cool. I found it when I was like looking for other stuff in the debug menu and just decided to throw it outside real quick. But we're just finishing up the living room here. We should be coming to not an end with the video. What am I saying? We should be wrapping up the living room here pretty soon. Just adding a few more decorations. And then we come on over to the kitchen really quick because I decided that I wanted him to have a cat. So I gave him a cat bowl. And there's the dining room table, magically changed from black to white, and changing the counters here because, like I said, I was very indecisive and I just didn't like the style, or I guess not the style, I just didn't like how it was looking. And so once I changed the counters to black, I decided I want to change the dining room back to black, and then I want to switch it out completely, get rid of those chairs from Eco Lifestyle and use these from the bowling stuff pack. And so I'm really happy with how it came out. I do like it a lot better than what it was before. It's just, yeah, I don't know. The black is better suited for the look that I was going for. And so over here is going to be the bathroom. This is the only bathroom in the build. It is fully functional. I know once I finish decorating it, it'll look really cramped, but I did play test it. It is functional. One thing you won't see me place on camera is a litter box for the cat. So once I place the counters, I'll let you guys know in a second where the litter box is going to be. So it's going to be on the end right here next to the sink. And I do have to sacrifice the mirror to make space. Well, I mean, I guess I could have left the mirror. I think it still would have been functional, but I just thought it kind of looked weird behind the litter box. I don't like blocking mirrors like that usually, unless it's like, not in a bathroom anyway, unless it's like for a decorative purpose, like it's a mirror in the dining room and like, you know, you make it all fancy by putting a plant in front of it or something. But yeah, in the bathroom, I like the mirrors to be free and clear. So I just decided to get rid of it. And then over here is going to be a little office space, which I am so jealous of this office space. So my office right now is in our spare bedroom and it's cool. Like it works. I don't want to complain, but can you just imagine having a little office space like this with the windows, these big open windows? And I mean, maybe it wouldn't be the best thing for me because I would get super distracted and probably wouldn't get any work done anyway, but it would be nice. And so now we are just working on the little loft area. Like I said, unfortunately, I do have to get rid of the stairs. They just aren't functional. I tried everything I could. I even turned off move objects and thought maybe if I place it like, you know, vanilla, turn off all cheats and just place the stairs that way that they would work, but they still didn't, but whatever, it's fine. At least we have ladders now, so your sim is able to get upstairs. I don't put too much decoration up here. It is kind of a small space, but just adding the musical instruments, and then I thought this clothing rack from Moschino fit really well since, I mean, there's not room for a closet anyway, and I didn't want to make the space too crowded with the dresser. I thought that kind of fit perfectly with the aesthetic. And then just adding a few clutter decorations over here, some more plants. I really liked all the green that I used in this build. I thought it tied in nicely with the brick and the dark woods and the black furniture. So that is about it for the bedroom. And then I'm just going to be adding a few more decorations outside. Like I had mentioned earlier, there is a lot of gardening spots for him to use, or for your sim to use. I figured if he's a chef, then he probably likes to grow his own like fruits and veggies and herbs and stuff to use in his cooking. But yeah, just going to be adding a few more decorations up here, and then we'll move on down to the courtyard and finish that up. But yeah, just about done with the video here. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. That would be really super awesome. And then go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I will have another video for you very soon. Bye!